Oh man, buckle in, shenanigans are afoot. So, the last time we hung out, our dead adventurers had just completed Leica's memory trial and were catching their breath in the memory department's lobby. Dr. Rumbletack was riding an adrenaline high that was causing some slight concern among his allies, prompting Amerlite to help him cool down by manifesting a full-on bathtub and dropping our poor little gnome inside. This then turned into a bit of a if you give a mouse a cookie situation, leading to Rumbletack manifesting himself some curtains, Leica failing to manifest him some soap, and poor Roscoe Dirt watching on in slight horror as his lobby became a makeshift bathhouse. Eventually, though, the conversation moved to finding an inn for a long rest, but was quickly derailed at the mention of Main City's library. Dr. Rumbletack decided he needed to visit said establishment immediately, but considering his wet, bedraggled, and injured state, Leica decided that this was not in the party's best interest. So when the doctor refused to listen, she resorted to friendly fire in the form of a sleep spell. This crazy plan somehow worked and allowed them to get to the Broken Tavern Inn where, despite the innkeeper's effort mistaking the sleeping Rumbletack for a child, resulting in some ridiculousness and some spotty deception rolls, the party managed to procure a room. Finally, after a touching heart-to-heart between our three heroines, a long rest was had by all. Breakfast, however, was no less chaotic as our inquisitive protagonist tested out Afterworld's mind-over-matter rules by shaking various body parts, shoving whole rolls into their mouths, and cutting themselves not once, not twice, but 3 times. After this, the good doctor thankfully managed to convince them that books might provide a more fruitful avenue of research, and so, armed with plenty of questions, they prepared themselves for a trip to the library. And now, you're all caught up.